Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Tom. What's good? How are you? It's KyFy. I'm glad you could be here. If you are new, welcome. This is the KyFy theory, and if you are returning, what's good? You know how we do. We about to get the messages going. I got a few, so we about to get right down to it. This is the Zin-Finity Board. It is a one of a kind. It's gonna change the face of tarot for the next 100 years. It's gonna be the greatest thing you ever seen for the next 100 years. Mark my words. And you know, if you follow me, you'll see why. So, what is this all about? The Zin-Finity Board is an elementally energetic grid that flows on a 21-part circuit, housing all aspects of the mind in a still life fashion. So, imagine your life on pause. And you know, there's a menu that pops up, and this is the menu. We put the cards down, and the cards are conscious. So this is the etheric read. So we're gonna get right to it. But as I get these cards down, I wanted to get some of these messages. So if you like this content, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm sure you won't regret it. You'll see why soon enough, because okay, these two came up. So the Two of Cups and the Temperance. Basically, I'm going to start off with the first part of the reading, which is Ayin. So all the perspectives in your mind, this is where we go down a perspective line from the throat, from 0 to 0, starting with Da'at, right? This is the place of the throat chakra, and this is the perspective of I know. So what do you know of the situation? It started off with the Two of Cups and the Temperance card. So the message was, when you don't want to try but can't stop. So when you're in between worlds looking for what you were looking for before, but there's something greater that's here for you, and it's up to you to put certain things aside in order for you to get it done. But the can't stop part is the part that tugs you along. It's almost like it's dragging you by your feet, right? That's what it feels like energetically, but it's not by your feet. It's going so steady. Like, imagine you're trying to get there now, and the bus is going 5 miles an hour, and the road is clear, and you don't understand why not. Why not now? You don't understand it, right? Just put, just give a little bit more gas, just get there a little bit faster. That kind of thing is going on, but it's an anxious feel. Why is that? So let's get the Two of Cups. This is unity, partnership, and connection. So it went from there to the Temperance. Middle path, patience, and finding meaning. So partnership and connection has to do with the one, which is you. All is mind, right? In your mind, you're all, right? You have the world of emanation, which is of the soul, the world of creation, formation, and manifestation, right? So that's fire, water, air, earth. Same thing goes for when it comes to this is your spirit, this is your mind, this is your soul, and this is your body, right? So as above, so below, and this is what you're seeing, so below. So this is the concept, this is the reason why I made this, and this is the reason why it's so important. But when it comes up to temperance and the balance between the unity, temperance is my literally my bane. So why is that? I'm a Cancer sign, and on this board, that's your side. That's the sacral chakra right here. So the Temperance card goes from here to the heart chakra. So that means for me, in order to get what I want in my space, I have to be passionate within my ambition. Strictly my ambition. So when I veer off, and when I have any type of ADD at all, which I do a fly, I'm looking somewhere else. You know how it is, every day there's something else. You go doom scrolling on your phone. It's just anything else in the way. But I did not stop this reading from coming to you because I wouldn't allow anything else to be in the way. So that's how concentrated you have to be when it comes into your passion. So just imagine the Temperance card as the personality that you have that brings up passion. So this is what you know about yourself, right? So let's keep going. The next, that's where I sit, basically. as a reader, where I sit basically at the throat chakra. I'm the one who's speaking right now, and you have energies, right? And you have thoughts, and I'm here to collect them all and put them in the space that they belong in your mind, right? So you can organize it and do what you need with it, or what you want with it, right? We're gonna figure this out. Okay. Cupid. The Ace of Pentacles. Now, this energy is on suit. These two cards came out. If it was just the cups, it would have been off suit. But two cards came up, and this is a fire card. What does this mean? This is fire, air, water, earth. That means fire and earth can be on this side. Water and air has to be on this side. And fire, air makes this one of those. So since it ended off with the Temperance card, which is fire, we're good. What you know and your knowledge, your experiences are not in vain. And that's very important to know at this time, because there's a lot of pain behind that. And what did I say pain is? Pain is when you flip it, it turns into potential, because pain is just an energy. And pain has to do with the sense, the clear sense of empathy. So the more empathetic you are, the more you can understand anybody's pain as your pain. I said that wrong, but right at the same time. You can understand somebody else's pain as your pain, and it'll be translated to you. Why am I feeling this way? You're around that person. That person is thinking about you. You're feeling that way. Like, we underestimate our power as souls. So because we're thinking about a person, if 30 people was thinking about this one person, aka superstars and all these other people, but just, in a mediocre sense, you got all your friends talking about you because something happened, right? That's a lot of energy and negativity on your mind, and that's literally coming towards you, but because we're all connected within the ether, right? And that's multi-dimensional. So yeah. so it went from there to the Ace of Pentacles, which actually crowns the reading. Now hopefully this should have been fire, but it doesn't matter which card is here, because this is what crowns the reading. So that means that what you're rooted, let me say it this way, in your place of fear, being yourself, a fool for yourself will leave you fearless. And you have to call on that inner child, the child that you were before you understood what fear was, because fear had to be programmed into you. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So that's what God gave us. But this is what was programmed into us after we came into this world, born through sin. So you have to understand. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. This is opportunity, prosperity, and new venture. Now, wow, okay. Page of Cups. I didn't even see that. So being yourself will bring you new opportunities, because it's being more magnetic. And being passionate is on the spiritual side, which is of the magnetic energies, right? So on the masculine side, you have the electric. On the feminine side, you have the magnetic. I believe in the physical side, you have organic. And in the world of emanation, you have, I think it has to do with absorbing darkness. And that's a whole study within itself, so you can look it up. But that's a whole rabbit hole. That's a whole rabbit hole. I was like, what? Sleeping in pure darkness is better than sleeping with a nightlight. Why? Because darkness is an energy just as a light is. And at night, the darkness empowers you too. So yeah, it's a whole flip. But let's get the Page of Swords. That's I-B, your being, who you're going to become. That was the Ace of Pentacles. The Page of Swords is I want. This is your direction, your crosshairs. Like if you aim a gun in a game, what you're aiming at is where you're going. That's the Page of Swords, and it's on suit still. Page of Cups is on suit also. So this is the third eye chakra, right? So it started off with the throat chakra at 0, went to the crown, right? Then now we at the third eye. But understand that the third eye is actually 2 chakras, not 1. It's the light, the soul star chakra, and the Earth Star chakra, right? On the Soul Star side is the light side. So let's get this. The Page of Swords. Curiosity, restlessness, and mental energy. Now, restlessness and mental energy, trying to figure it out all by yourself instead of relying on what comes to you and figuring it out as you're fit for it, because God won't send you things that you won't be able to manage. Why? Because imagine receiving that prayer that you've been praying for years and you can't keep it. That's crazy, right? Because I know personally, but a lot of people go through experiences where they think that they met that person and they weren't fit for them yet, but they were training. They were their training partner. As vice versa, we all train to be fit for the next challenge that God had us here for in the first place. That's number one. Number two, what we want. So yeah. So it went from there to the Page of Cups, and this is happy, surprise, dreamer, and sensitivity. Now, dream compared to the fantasy. The fantasy is created from the ego. The ego learned fear, right? So if something that knows fear creates something that thinks it's the dream, which is what we all think is the dream, our conscious dream is what we call a fantasy. It's not a dream. That's a fantasy, right? The dream lies within spirit. So we have to understand that. Your spirit, it attracts what is for our perfect dream that we think our fantasy is saying. So dreams are 10-part fantasies. I would say 9, 10 until I get it right. I don't know which one yet. But let's just say dreams are 10-part fantasies, right? The 10th part is the person ordained for you. That's what I believe, because we are nine ether beings, and we come here to find that one that completes the union, right? So yeah. All right, 10 of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles. Now, 2 of Pentacles came into place. That was, sorry, let me go backwards. That was I need, which is in the spirit. I need has to do with the energy involved to get what you desire, right? So moving on from there, we have I will, which is basically after you find out the information and you make a decision, which is judgment, then you use energy or go towards something. That's the will. The going towards the something is the will. The ability to do that. If you cannot go towards the thing that you want, your will is not in your control. So you have to find out what contracts you have that is stopping you. But your will has a lot of abundance to it. It's the 10 of Pentacles and the 7. So the 7 came out and the 10. So let's get the 10 first. It came out, actually the 7 flew over there. So let's get the 10 first. My favorite word, legacy, inheritance, and combination, right? Now, legacy is the mark that you're going to leave on this earth before you go. But it's up to us to do things now, God's works now, the things that will have the most long-lasting effects now, in order to receive or to leave that mark. You know, all of these top entertainers and top influencers and top world leaders that we had left their mark, and we still talk about them. So in a sense, we all not jealous, but we would like to leave our mark too. Like that's like the ultimate, not ultimate goal, but that's something that I would like to do. I would like to leave my mark on this earth, and this is my first step. So this is my mark. So it went from there to the 7 of Pentacles. Hard work, perseverance, and diligence, right? So not only after you are willing to go what you're destined for, you're willing to do the hard work. And also being yourself is the divine key with all of this. So you are the key. You being the key is very important right now. So whoever thinks that you are the problem has got it all twisted. You're actually the key. You're actually the solution. So take that how it resonates. Leave a comment in the description. Like, share, and subscribe. Cause I know what I just said. It hit somebody. So let's move on to I Desire, and 2 cards came up. The Knight of Swords came up, then the 4 of Cups came up. So the 4 of Cups completed this. If it was the Knight of Swords, it would have been offsuit. So let's just do that. And let's just do that with this one too, just to make, so I can remember. So there was a little bit of a problem, but it's like the luck and the chances and the karma. You have good karma. You have good karma, so these things are being handled for you. That's why. Why do you have good karma? Because you're withholding your energy. Why are you withholding your energy? Because it was being siphoned from you before. This is obvious. See, everything is about holding the energy now. It's not on the ground. Like, it's like I'm abstaining from what I don't need, and God is gonna have to shove the blessing in my face, because I'm not gonna know. I'm like, nope. Oh, okay. Thank you, God. Thank you for letting me know. And that's how obvious God has to be with the blessings for you. So you're gonna receive obvious blessings very soon. Very, very soon. 4 of Cups, let's just say 4 days. Count it from now. And it's 8:11 on my clock right now. So that's the numbers for you right now. Okay. So the next card is the Strength card. I'm going to keep going and get this next card. But the Strength card is in a place of beauty, which is the heart chakra, right? So this is offsuit, and so is the World. The World is in a place of the solar plexus. Now let's get the Strength card real quick. Bravery, compassion, focus, and inner strength. Now, anytime a major arcana comes on this board, it's a specific meaning. What does it mean? It's a divine something happening for you. Why? Because everything else is minor arcana. The minor arcana is the things that you need to work out as, not the minor being. That's kind of wrong to say, but you know, we are little gods, right? We are little pieces of God coming down here for our human experience. So the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles over here, but the 7 of Swords came out off suit. I'm gonna go back to that. But yeah, we are the little pieces of God coming out here for that human experience. And you know, God lives vicariously through us. So why won't he, you know, God is playing the biggest game of Sims. You have to think of it that way. But he can't control the Sims. He just changes the landscape, makes sure that rejects the Sims and does this with the Sims. But he loves every bit of it, because as a being over everything, how can you experience knowing everything? So that's that's one of the things that I believe that all heavenly beings and any one of those beings that's trying to get down here to this earth has. So that's a whole different perspective. That's why it's a blessing to be here, and that's why we attack so much. They want us out. They don't want us to change anything that's happening. They don't want the new beings to come down here, but this is the time for it. We are the new beings, and now we are coming into the knowledge of it. The Tower card, and this is fire, so it's off suit. I said that I don't even know what to say. I said the Tower card, and something behind me just fell. So let me explain the Tower really quickly before I even move on. This is the place of fear, but being yourself, that's the key to controlling the fear. But let's go back to the Tower, right? Your Tower is about your vision, right? And where you're going, what you can dominate, the domains that you can see, and how you can have dominion over it. The domains are basically like your world economy, the natural economy, what you can do with your life, the things like that. But your world view, because it's attached to the ground, is over with. Your old world view is over with. And this is why you have fear, because the new one, it seems like it's not presenting itself. But how do you know that? Because imagine this, if you are being reborn, you don't know anything. You have to relearn your whole body. This is your spiritual body, your spiritual mind, spiritual, your soul, and your, ether body. That kind of thing. You have to learn your whole body again. You don't know anything. You have to relearn your senses. You have to relearn everything that you've experienced. It's a process. So once you realize where you are, then you recognize that the new tower was already being built, and it's already higher than the one that was broken down. Because why would God leave you, abandon you like that? God is here all the time for it. Anytime that you thought that you didn't have a chance, next thing you know, you made it to the next day and the next week and the next month, looking back on it like, I thought I didn't have a chance. No, you did. You were blessed. And like I said before, with someone over here, that karma, you are highly favored. So you don't have to doubt it. And that's what's taken away. You doubt what's being built for you. You doubt what's around, what's being taken away from you, what's being pushed away from you. You doubt it because that's a part of the fantasy. That's a part of what needs to be rewritten, right? This is what goes through the Phoenix moment. Your mind, all is mind. So that is the thing, as above, so below, as within, so without. Your body, you think your body is going through a Phoenix moment. Your mind, it's everything. Your whole world is being shaken, and the world came up over here. You were doing everything that you thought you needed to do, and next thing you know, it came crashing down. Seven of Swords and the emotion. So let's get the world right here and in the solar plexus. Fulfillment, harmony, and completion. This is what you were after. These are the habits that you formed to go after that dream, that goal. Why wasn't it the thing? It was training. Basically, there's an analogy that says like God wants you to push a rock up a mountain or something like that, but the rock is unmovable and you don't even know that. So you're gaining strength in the process. You're getting bigger to push this rock that wasn't movable in the first place. Next thing you know, when you go back down the mountain to your next goal, look who you are. Look how transformed you are, and you don't even realize it. That's the process. And we're going to find out what fixes that energy, that process, I mean. So going from there is the Seven of Swords, reversed and off suit. This is coming clean, rethinking approach, and deception. You deceived yourself by thinking, okay, a fantasy is created from fear, because the fantasy is you will be completely safe and at peace. The dream is you will constantly be facing things. And that's the difference. We all want to be safe, but that's low vibrational. I don't mean to laugh. That's crazy. That's crazy. How is the low vibrational shall only want peace? Because if you are a divine being, you came here with a mission. So just wanting peace is like you're just like, the whole point of you coming down here, like your soul is cringing. Your soul has a purpose and not gonna allow you to stop without you going forward with it, at least a little bit. And that's what's pulling you, because you saw it and you can't unsee it. Dick Gregory, one of the world leaders, right? He said once you put the goggles on, you can't take them off. And that's so true. You cannot unsee the dream that you saw for that flash moment, and it's worth all the pain that you're going through now for the slight chance that it would even be possible. You're willing to go through thick and thin, through fire and the flames. You are willing to do it because that dream is so powerful. The what if it was real? It is real. That's what you have to know. What's above believing? Knowing. I don't believe it no more. I know it. Once you know it, it's here, and the universe has to say, error. There's an error. There's an error. We have to put this thing here. And it's not like you tricked the universe. You know it's supposed to be here, and that's your God-given right. Universe, this is here, so I'm going to operate as it's here. I'm about to walk over this cliff like there's a bridge. Watch me do it. And the universe is going to make that bridge appear like it's no tomorrow. Oh, snap. He and she is ready. They're ready. Let's just pave the way, because they're going. We're just going where they're going now. The universe works for you. not against you. We have karma. And let me get to the next message real quick. Karma is an effect, not an enemy. So stop calling karma a bitch and learn how the matrix is working against you right now. There are powers above everything else that is working on us and using us to get that karma off of them. And then the people that's below the person above them is doing the same thing to us. Shit rolls downhill. So we are faced with the worst of it, and now we're swimming in it. And the thing is, we're so good at it, and we're not dropping like flies. Instead, we're using that to fertilize. And they're so mad. They are so mad. Take the powers as the powers in your life in general, the people that were against you in general. Be here to fertilize that bullshit that they gave you. It's like, I know this message is hitting somebody. So let me move on to what the tower even said. I didn't even read it. Sudden upheaval, lost foundation, and disaster. Now, what happens when a tower is full? Okay, I said it wrong, but let me say it this way. What's the reason for the tower to collapse? What is the reason? In this tower, you've claimed everything that you can in that domain. You need to see from a highest perspective, but you can only do that unless the tower is rebuilt. But the thing is, since the tower is full, when it comes crashing down, or you at least deconstruct it, that's something that can happen. It's less destructive, right? When you deconstruct it, you have so much more to build because the tower was full. And now you build it again, and it's so much bigger, but it's empty now. Now you can go claim everything else that you can see from that higher perspective. But it requires you to have a claim over your fear. Just by being yourself is the key. So yeah. Alright, so for the next part of the reading is Soph. And what does this entail? Everything I just said was a perspective. It didn't involve any who, what, when, where, and why. So this is the time that we get those. Who is in the world of emanation? What is in the world of manifestation? When is in the world of formation? Where in the world of creation? And why is within source. So we're going to get those cards right now. But I just wanted to get that. Mad card just came up. Oh no. Okay. So, in regards of who, communication is the key. So, who do you have to communicate to unlock the key within yourself? Your soul. How do you communicate with your soul? Now, you would think that you could... Okay. You would think that you need to communicate with your soul by using your mind and your spirit. That's not the way. That's crazy, right? I'm going to explain it. This is like literally right now, and I understand why. Your soul, I thought, was just right here, right? Is this triangle that comes down. And after this triangle, think of it as an eye, but as above, so below. That was as above, so below is the body. So to directly connect with your soul, you have to nurture your body. That's how you communicate with your soul the best. To communicate with your spirit the best, you use your mind. Hey, what am I thinking? And then you feel something, you say, what was that? That sounded like, that felt like, and you define it. And then you understand. Definition is how you understand your spirit. And as you understand your spirit more, as you define who you are more, you get to get this sense of empathy for your spirit. And that's all the clear senses in one. I just named the top one. There's 9 of them, right? All 9 are here, and you have all 9 regular senses here too. So communication is the key. Let's get this. That's who. This is who. Time to tell someone how you feel. Don't be all in your head and not in your heart. Sometimes someone is flirting with you, and read more books. Reading more books is for knowledge, not experience, right? Knowledge is not power. You have to use those knowledge as experience. Knowledge is experience points. You use those knowledge points for your skills. So you learn certain things through school. And whatever your skills are, hopefully it's the divine skills. You can use that knowledge that you've gained 18 years, 20 years, 26 years, 30 years in school with your divine gift and empower that. You become the CEO automatically. You become the entrepreneur automatically. And this is the crazy thing that happens. When you do that, it becomes magnetic. So this is why things are being pushed away, because that thing that you saw is better than everything that you saw before. You, somewhere in your soul, said, I would rather what I just saw than everything that I have right now. And the universe, that was authentic. The universe heard you. And you think it's against you. It's not. It's paving the way for that thing. But you have to be fit for it. And that's the contract with that wish that you had. Next up, let's get this next card. Let's get them all down. Let's get them all down right now. Okay. A time for healing in what? So something that heals you is what? Okay. So 2 cards came down. Look at the bigger picture and you are good enough. This is in a place of win. You are good enough for it now. So look at the bigger picture. You are it now. Now is the time. Right now. You know, maybe you're tired right now. Write something before you go to sleep so you can dream about it. Think about it before you go to sleep. You've already been dreaming about something, but your spirit can only give you messages from what your mind knows. Your mind knows a lot of fear. So in order for the spirit to give you those messages, they have to use that apparatus of fear to talk to you. So what is it in your dream that's actually talking to you and you think it's scaring you? Oh my God, something's talking to me. It's my spirit. But we don't know that. We don't really think that our spirit can talk to us in dreams. But this is how it communicates. As you learn, I realized I started to dream less as I gained more consciousness in this world, because I started to learn more fear. As I started to learn more fear, my spirit didn't want to communicate with me because, crazy enough, I know and I was scared of too many things subconsciously. I can't talk to you right now. These are the only things that I can talk to you with. You have to get over that fear. And when you do that, I can speak through other things in your dreams with. I know I chopped that up at the end, but I had to finish it. Let me get these last 2 cards out. So, where is working through your fears? In church they say, Selah. Say Then what? There's nothing else to be said. Alright, so 2 cards came out, and this is for the place of why. This is source energy. It's time to take action right now. So the energy is gaining momentum. Right now it's gaining momentum. What am I doing with this energy? I'm a person, I'm an alchemist. I am transmuting the energy from the crown, from who you are, who you're going to become, to the root, right here, where you have a little bit of sense of fear, where this tower moment, the fear of becoming that new thing, because it's going to be attacked again. Of course, this old tower, you learn how to defend it. You know, I don't know, I could really reach out to the guys who played tower defense games. When you start the game over, when you have that prestige, you start over with new abilities and you can get over to the same place you were before, which is not backtracking. It's actually just going to sleep and coming back to the same thing, right? You can do that and you can get there faster, so it actually propels you forward. That was it. Wow. So let's get these descriptions real quick. A time for healing in a place of what? It's time to let go of the past. You're about to turn the corner. You need more time to heal. Think about how the situation would look if everyone were healed. Now, that's important. That has to do with what? And it doesn't really involve everyone. It's everything around you that you use that puts you down or that can bring you down. If it involves the food, they are poisoning us at an exponential rate, and it's already been happening since government cheese, since before that, right? Since they knew that we had the ability to rise, they've been stopping us. But this is the thing about poison. You eventually get immune to it. And we are living in a world like zombies, right? But immune to everything that they've built against us. It only takes but a little light that you can spread as a light being to shine into that zombie. You know, I'm saying zombie, and that's kind of bad, but you can understand the concept. Once that zombie gets that light, they get that life again. They become human. They become that soul creature that they're meant to be. So yes, spread your light. You are a lighthouse. When they see you, they come towards you. The darker, the lighter you are, the darker the entity that comes towards you, because you shine brighter. That entity wants to be, it wants that energy. It's just what comes with the territory. So in the place of when, this is, look at the bigger picture and you are good enough. This situation may have come around because you've been distracted. Be confident without being overconfident to win the day. Have you shown that you care? If not, now is the time. Find balance between speaking your mind and saying too much. Now let me ask you something. Can you speak your mind without talking? When you think, right? I think I have to do this. I'm going to start this and I'm going to do this. And this is the plan. And start the plan. That's thinking without saying too much. That's moving in silence. But you're speaking. So that's a different way of moving in silence. You can figure out the plan yourself. You are ordained to figure it out yourself. You already have the answer. You are the key. You are the new beginning. Once you decide to be you. Yeah. Next one is you are good enough. Worrying too much will attract more things to worry about. Have you been overly crucial? An apology may be in order. Stop second guessing yourself. Raise your karma by doing something good for someone else. Right, so this is the system of the matrix. As you do something good for somebody else, the karma that you have on you will be diminished by a great amount. Literally, you know, mafias move like that. They go to churches and they put money up for all the stuff that they did. And universally speaking, that is helping them out. So why don't we do the same thing, but just in different ways, right? There's so many ways to do it. Like you can hold the door for somebody. That's like the only example that I always think of. You can cook for somebody, save them money for one day. You know, little things that'll help people. You're becoming that light in their life, that angel. God sends people to us as angels also. We work through God. Just think of the greatest work that you can do for God, and the money will chase you. The money will chase you. Oh, you're going to do this? Hey, here's the money to do that. Or you're going to do this? Oh, that person doesn't mean anything no more to you. Like, it's fine now. Oh, it's attractive to God. Imagine you are going to give God a good show. God has been waiting to see something good. There's a lot of crap going on. Do the good thing. You'll catch God's eye. You already have God's eye, but you know. So this is the one that hit me. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. So your fears has to do with your knowledge, your intelligence, your the place where you formulate new ideas. Time to let go of a grudge you're holding. Move on from jealousy. Stop being obsessive. Could it be you're being paranoid? Make an investment. Alright, moving on from jealousy. Jealous of what your fantasy was for what the dream is. It's so appealing to you. Your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is over here. Your spirit is over here. But your soul is here. So it requires a balance between the two to even understand what the soul needs, what the soul wants. So that's where one type of balance can happen. So make an investment within your spirit. If you are thinking too much, if you're trying to take too much control, you have all the energy on this side in your consciousness. Give some of it to your spirit, which takes time to get back to you. But according to what God wants, it can happen right now. You never know. But you do know. As you know, it will come to you faster. So the next two cards was, it's time to, or let me say it this way. Energy is gaining momentum and it's time to take action. That's the sentence. So the first one, the situation is full of potential. Your dream can come true. More effort is yet required. Are you willing to give it? Okay. Review your goals and ensure you are still committed. Keep moving forwards. It says forwards with an S. There's many places to move forward, but you know the way to move forward for you. So don't let people think that they know what's best, because you are the key. They're trying to unlock you so they can use you. What are you the key for? Anything that they want to be abundant for. You know your power. You know what you can do for people. So it's time to take action. So the affirmation here is, don't even think about giving up. The next one is do your best and be happy with that. Avoid being brash right now. You need a 12-month plan. A new male is coming into your life. So as for the guys, no, right? Okay, so what does that mean? A male is a formation that handles that spiritual energy that you've been trying to handle yourself, right? Your spirit is bred of chaos, but the mind controls it. So a new form of control, a new release, a new way of living, a new fantasy that matches the dream, a new something. And this has to do with your patterns, right? This has to do with your kingdom, what's around you, what you can newly find. And it said, avoid being brash right now. You know, I've been practicing this only today. Like, not only today, but like within the last few weeks, cutting myself off in my mind when I start talking negative. And it's almost like no funny. Like, not you get hype, but you feel energy. That's what I started to notice. There's a literal energetic tag that you feel when you cut yourself off from speaking negative, because there was a leak. That's why. You know how when you stop faucet real fast, imagine it was gushing out, and then you stop the faucet. But when it was gushing out, your enemies and the entities and everything that's trying to get from you was siphoning off of you. So it happens in the mind too. So yeah, let's move on with the next part of the reading, which is or. Now, or has to do with care, the 8th principle of the universe, right? The 8th general principle, care. So we are going to balance the energies. There are some cards that were off suit, but it fixed itself, like these right here. But when it comes up to the area of the home, right? These 4 right here is the area of the home. Added this piece is the house. Your experience is the roof that protects you. It protects your home, right? As you gain experience, the analogy will carry. So yeah, but everything that's within the home is okay, but it started off rocky, and that's why. So let's get some of this energy out. It's the first energy that's off is in a place of I love. Okay. It started off with the strength card that was off suit, right? But it was helping the process. This is willing to feel it out, willing to give it to spirit. But 10 of cups, let's get it. Inner happiness, fulfillment, and dreams coming true. Now, this is putting your ego aside, but it's still an emotional process, because all of that anxiety, which means all of the energy that was in your mind to do something, right, now has to take a back seat. Now, imagine a balloon that's been overstretched. That's what is happening right now. That balloon, when it gets down, is going to be like shrivelly like a raisin, right? So your mind has to go through that process of becoming round again, right? Whole again. So in that process, everything that you put in the mind is like it's tired and it should be at rest. But this is the perfect time to give it to your spirit and time with the things that you can do to nurture yourself in the meantime. So, nope, that jumped out. Queen of Wands, more fire. So, it was the 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups. No, we're going to finish this one. Okay. What's in my hand? Okay. 9 of Swords. And the World came out again. So we're not going to put all of these cards down. But that gave me a clue. So this is in a place of your heart. It started with the Strength card. 10 of Cups. Let's get with that. No, we already read that real quick. Next up was the Queen of Wands. Let's get that. This is courage, determination, and joy. Air and fire help each other out, complement each other. So this is a process of you sitting out this once and allowing God to work in your life. Or this is a process of you being trapped to sit down and only be able to look at God working in your life. So whichever way God needed to sit you down happened. Did it happen within your will, or did it happen within divine alignment? I'm gonna just call it divine alignment. Right? And went from there to the 6 of Cups. And this is familiarity, happy memories, and healing. Now, the memories, nostalgia, the things that used to, those are the things that your energy still remembers funneling through. So that is also a release, right? That anxiety is also energy. So that's a way you can release it. And your mind, your ego knows this. And it has an attachment. It has an attachment to those things that was relieving you before. So new attachments are in order. If you attach your mind to yourself, right? You have, it's like directly watering the seed. And how do I know that? This is the world of formation. And you have this angle right here that goes right into this area right here, which is the id. There's the id, ego, and superconscious. The id is also known as, for me, the selfness. So you have the consciousness and the selfness, right? So that's what that is. If you focus on your selfness, which is your spiritual body, your spiritual person, like your inner you will give you everything you need. It's the genie within inside. And we're from there to the 7 of Cups, and it's just searching for purpose, choices, and daydreaming. Now, what is daydreaming? Well, at this point, it seems like you're trapped or you're sitting down. So daydreaming is the only thing you can do. What are you daydreaming? You're daydreaming about the things that used to happen and the things that can happen. Gravitate towards more of the things that can happen. Why? Because it will be magnetic and called towards you. Those things that are not for you, no matter how much you try to pull them back towards you, magnetically within your spirit power, your spirit does not want to do that. So you cannot do that. That's why it seems you're powerless right now. You're not powerless. Your spirit just does not agree. And then we're from there to that powerlessness, right? The 9 of Swords. Anxiety, again, hopelessness, and trauma. So I think, I don't know if I said hopelessness. I forgot the word I just said. But powerlessness, right? But hopelessness. Now, remember, this is the 9. There's still one more sword. There's still something that you're willing to fight for. So you have to understand that. That's that dream that God showed you before. That thing that gets you up in the morning. No matter what, you're going to be like, okay, I'll do this thing because I need to, because of that off chance, that lottery hit that I'm going to find this dream. But it's not just a lottery. It's preparation. Preparation is key. Being yourself, becoming who you are is key. Why? Because being prepared allows you to be able to maintain that blessing that you're asking for. That's the kick. That's the key. That's the trick. Okay. The last message I have before I move on with the cards, I'm gonna just get it, but trick in, trick out. The devil is full of tricks. And the devil has tricked you to learn what fear was in the first place, tricked you to believe in it in the first place, right? So how could you as a being trick yourself? Because this is your conscious mind, right? But this is the thing that affects you also. This is yourself. This is I. This is yourself. So you have to speak to that. You have to communicate with that. That's outside of what you think you are in totality. Let's get this card because it was speaking. The 5 of Wands. So that completed that. So let's get this real quick. This is in the place of the solar plexus. The pressure to do and the pressure not to do. The pressure to think and the pressure not to think. It has nothing to do with fire. It has to do with pressure. So that's what causes you to get moving. The pressure. And this is what? The pressure of knowing that you can achieve that dream and you're not doing anything currently about it to do it. That's what keeps you anxious. Your spirit is saying, nope, I'm going to give your mind all the energy. I'm going to make you anxious as hell. Make sure you can't even sleep. You're going to do something. You're going to write one sentence down towards that dream, and then I'll allow you to go to sleep. That's why you're not sleeping. Do something for that dream. If it's one thing, one tiny baby step. If it's not even a step up, if it's a step forward to the step, do that. Promise you, everything will align itself. Then it went from there to the 3. Sorry, it went from the world, right? You think your world crashing down, basically. It went from there to the 3 of Cups, which is also off suit, right? Let's get that. Friendship, community, and happiness. Now, in your world, of course you're going to lose friends. Of course you're going to lose items and things that are not for you in this new world that you're going towards. Why? Because you need the space. You need to clear out. If you have a couch in your spiritual house, and God said, I'm trying to give you this bigger new couch, but you have to get rid of this old one. You're feeling like this couch holds so much memory, I don't want to give it up. But you're not understanding that this is a bigger couch that you asked for. You ordered this, Amazon Prime. Next day, God is waiting to put it in the house, but He can't. You got to get rid of certain things. And that's what this is emotional. That's an emotional process about that. And then it finished off with the 5 of Wands, because you have to fight yourself to not want that, to know what you need, because it's an ego thing. Now this is competition, conflict, and rivalry. What are you who are the rivals? Now, your old self and your new self. The one that wants to be here, the one that you're praying for, and the old one that you were safe with for a very long time, that protected you for a very long time. Why are you getting rid of that? Why are you getting rid of that old self? That old self allows you to live right now in this fake sense of peace that you have. Why are you getting rid of that? It's safe. And that's what you think you are. You're safe. At the end of the day, you're safe. So why would I get out of safety? I have nothing to go on. And as I said, my analogy about God's power and when to know God is trying to work in your life. When you believe you have nothing, nowhere, and nobody, that's you believing, that's you having faith. Faith is the belief of nothing, nowhere, and nobody. You can't see it. You just know, as I said before, knowing's better than believing, right? So you know that it's destined for you. You know that it's ordained for you. You know that God said it's going to be there for you. You know that God said, I'm going to give it to you. So you just have to be patient. Now, what does that entail? Not stillness, not doing nothing. That's preparing, as I said before. So yeah, it's a fight with that. Next up, it's a Seven of Swords. This is with I feel. Okay. The Four of Cups is right here. The Four of Cups came up again. And it's finished. So, Seven of Swords reversed. Let's see what that was. Coming clean, rethinking approach, and deception. Wow, because coming clean is releasing the... Oh, that's getting rid of karmic contracts completely. Because if you come clean about something, they don't have a hold on you. Only karma does. And what they do, well, what you gave them, right? They can decide to do what they want with it, and there will be an effect that you can just say, let it pass by you, or it can affect you because, you know, things, we're human. We're human, right? At the end of the day, we're human. We are not God. We are affected, and that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to be mad because that got to you. It just showed you where they got in. That's a warning. It's not even a warning. They got into your premises. They got into your castle. So now you know where to patch up the wall. That's how Spirit speaks to you too. I'm going to allow this little attack to get through this hole that I'm trying to get you to patch up. And I'm not going to allow that final destination moment thing to happen to you just because you're thinking it over and over and over and over again. I'm not going to allow that. So stop worrying. And what did it do? You matched your desire. You matched your spirit because you're becoming more clairvoyant. This is a space of clairvoyance, right? I only know this by heart because this is the Cancer place, right? I'm going to learn them all, right? Aries is empathy. No, Sagittarius. Ooh, I forgot. Aries, I said it right the first time. Aries is pain and empathy. So the regular sense is pain, the clear sense is empathy, right? So yeah, Four of Cups. This is apathy, contemplation, and disconnectedness. Apathy is the opposite of empathy. But you need to be apathetic in order to calm your ego down. That's the importance of it. Your ego, when it's too your will, when it's too energetic, it makes your ego come out. So we don't even say ego properly. We think ego as bad or your ego, right? Ego is a conscious thing, and it's good or bad, you know? It does good things and does bad things, you know? So when your ego has too much energy, it's out of control. So the next energy that was up was the last one. This is the root chakra. Certain stuff want to come out, but it's too much. Mismatch. Mismatch socks. If you have mismatch socks on, this reading is for you. I might have called out everybody just now. So 3 cards came up, but 2 earth cards came up. So let's get this. The 9 of Pentacles came out. The 9 of Swords came out over here. What was it before? The 10 of Cups came out over here, and the 9 of Cups came out. So let me see. That completed that energy of fear. And the craziest thing is, this is how God uses coincidence to talk to me. The Hermit card has to talk with the Aries I just mentioned. This is Aries energy. So if you have an Aries in your life, find out what they know, because they're ordained in this walk with God, in this certain area that you need help with. So if there's a master that's been called towards you, or you're called towards a master, learn from them. Silence. You have 2 ears for a reason. Don't try to teach the master. But the Hermit has to do with the energy going from your will to your heart. So your spirit's will is your command. Your spirit's will is your command now. I'ma let spirit take charge. Whatever you say, I'ma do. But you have to learn the communication. And that's why it's key. Alright, so let's see. It started with the Tower. I explained the Tower so I can move on from there. The 9 of Cups. Satisfaction, emotional stability, and luxury. Now, this is... you're getting whims and like energetic like feelings like you're there already. And God is letting you know like, yes, you're still aligned. This is, you're about to make it. But you just need to wait a little bit longer. There's certain things you need to do. But I can tell you're more prepared. So here you go. So you've been seeing these tiny blessings and tiny blessings and tiny blessings to show you that you're waiting for the big blessing, but I know you need something right now. So you're getting those kind of blessings right now. And they're everywhere and you can see them. But it's almost like, God, I'm tired of getting these small blessings. When is the big one coming? But you didn't know that you had to put these little blessings like a puzzle piece together to make the big one. That's the key right there. And that's when you're saying, oh, that's what I had to do? I can build my blessing. You were giving it to me. Ace of Pentacles came out again. I didn't even realize it because it was in the middle. But the Ace of Pentacles, being yourself, already puts you at a lack of fear. Be a fool for yourself. Promise you. That's the key. So Ace of Pentacles. Opportunity, prosperity, and new venture. The opportunity is yours as soon as you put your mind to it. And the Hermit card, let's get this. Now, as I said before, this is something for you. When that major arcana comes out, this is God blessing you with something so it can help you. Contemplation, searching for truth, and inner guidance, right? Now, searching for the truth. The truth is very important because the truth provokes epiphanies. That's what the truth does. That's specifically what it does. And what is an epiphany? I'm going to say it again. You have so many thoughts going on in your head. Imagine every thought is a circle. And God gives you this one big circle to put all them little circles in. And because it's the truth, those things don't need to circle no more. And all that energy that it was taking for you to circle goes away automatically. And you feel this rush of peace and, oh, this new space that's in your mind. But then, this is the thing. We just go ahead and put the next thing that's blocking us right in that space. But we have more space to think about it. We have more energy to think about it. So even though it happens, even though it feels like you got an epiphany and it's back to the crap, you're back to the crap with more energy to fix it again, to find better truth, to find the truth quicker. So it's a process. As you get more epiphanies, you have more energy to get more truth. Therefore, more epiphanies. And this is going to keep going. It's going to keep going. So that fixed that energy. And before I move on, I want to get your numbers really quickly. Before I even go with that, it was 1-1. And I thought this was 1. But it's 7-1-1. So if 11711 is a number for you, that's significant. So what does this mean? I want you to think of a number between 5 and 50. And it has to do with your level of resonance with everything I've been saying, right? But also it's going to be a key, you know, numbers tell stories and gematria and all that other stuff. So take it how it resonates. I'm going to do it in fire, earth, ether, water, air. So let me set this up. So if you guess 32, this reading is specifically for you. And that's 1 less than the master number. So if you are the key, that makes you the master. So the number as follows is 2, 3, 12, 12, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is coming up right now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Manhunt, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I used to say that. I remember saying that. So what is the manhunt involved? Do you feel like you're being hunted? Yes, you are. And that's okay, because God just wants you to know how protected you are. Look how close you got to the danger and nothing happened. How obvious does God have to make the protection for you to believe it? So God doesn't have to do those things no more. When you know you're protected, God doesn't need to do those things. If you think you're not, I need to teach you. I'm going to make you go through something that almost makes you crash, but next thing you know, you're safe and you're back in the bed, safe, like nothing happened. Do you believe you're protected now? Okay, good. I don't have to do that again, says God. You know what I mean? That's what's happening. So the next part of the reading is the star stream. So what does this mean? Everything I gave you was the setting of the story of your life right now. So the next part is the ifs. What can you do with the information that we talked about? If I experiment, if I express, if I integrate, if I transcend, then I will ascend. What does this mean? Basically, transcending and ascending. This is evolving and this is leveling up. I like to use Pokemon. So a Pokemon levels up, then it evolves, right? So you, right? The first energy is the divine masculine. I looked at this card and I moved it twice and I shuffled just to make sure I didn't get the card and it came up. So this is what you can do for your world of your place of experimentation. How you can experiment with your manifestations. The divine masculine is the embodiment of logic, direct action, and strength. In its most evolved aspect, he represents the builder, the protector, and the guardian. Drawing this card can symbolize that the divine masculine energy is needed to balance your current situation. It can also represent father-brother healing. Remember that you will find a man or something like that card somewhere? Father-brother healing and a healing of relationships with the divine masculine in your life. So the divine masculine healing is necessary because it's the thing that gives you that sense of peace. It calms that energy down. Don't think about control, because I said control before and that was the wrong word. When it comes up to as below, as above is control. As below, you have to think of it as managing, because it's all love that comes out of there. Out of the divine feminine. It's all creation, right? But you have to manage those creations. Alright. So as a guy, you know how there's always like an abundance of things that the divine feminine in your life needs. But you as the masculine is ordained to be able to handle that. So within yourself, what you feel and your emotions, you are designed to handle that. In your relationships, vice versa, man, woman. Let me explain it this way. There's a certain type of creation. There's a way. There's a home. And a home is created with both energies. What fills the inside of the home is the divine feminine. What protects the home and gets the home its things so it can become a better home is the divine masculine. So that's the relationship between the divine masculine and feminine when it comes up to the house in general. And I guess it's time for me to say this too, because divine masculine, and I just talked about it. I have an analogy: the castle, the kingdom, the flag, and the court. The court is within your mind, right? But if my mind to your mind, like Spock, between you and your significant other, that's one mind now. So now you guys are a whole. And now you guys share a space. And there's something above you, created by you, that wants to be the best of itself. I hope that made sense. So it's going to challenge you. The thing you guys created with the union you are is going to challenge you. You're inviting God to be the best of yourself. This is why relationships is so important. And this is why God loves marriage. But I don't even think it's marriage how we understand it now. It's union. God honors union, because with that union, he can have the best experience through us. We are ordained to be that other piece for each other so we can complete. Like the God piece that we were supposed to help. Man, we are two pieces of God. So when we combine, there's a union there. And that's one whole piece of the greater God. That I know this is making sense, but I'm circling. But this is what you can experiment with. Now let's get express. If I express, I'm gonna just put them. if I express a sense of friendship and home. I just mentioned home. This 2. Relief and karmic path when it comes to what you can integrate into your life. Now, karmic path has to do with the good karma that I mentioned. A path of diminishing that negative karma and creating dharma in your life, right? And it brings a sense of relief. So that's just like a face value. But let me get the last 2. Or the last one, and I'll put the one face down. Okay. Power in the place of transcendence. So how you level up is with power. And the last 2 came up excited to show you that you are lucky. But it's not luck. And it's not coincidence that you're so protected through these situations. It's God trying to show you himself, herself, itself. The creator trying to show you the image so you can capture it and never let it go. That's what they're trying to show you. And it can only happen through, because we're ignorant. We're born in sin and in ignorance, right? So, yeah. It says, lucky and trust. Trust in God, you become the luckiest thing in the world, and they are going to be so mad. So, let's get the next one, which is expression. If I express a sense of friendship within the home, and I just mentioned that. And let me bring up the next one. What do you bring to the table? Cut it out. The table is a grid of X and Y. You put the grid up lines like this, and you put the grid up lines like this. One side is X and one side is Y. We all need to cut it out. There will be no table without the grid that we both contribute to. So that's what the table is. Nobody got time to hear about it. I am a table. No. Let me just say this. You fill the table with all the good food and all this other stuff as the divine feminine. As the masculine, what does the masculine do? Bring things to you who cook the food and all this other stuff, so the creation comes through you. It's like he goes out and farms and brings it to the kitchen where you the master. You feel me? I had to say it like that because I get really aggravated because we're a team. We are a team. We are 2 halves of a whole piece of God that God sent you to come down to be with your twin flame, soul, tie, and all this other stuff. Like we are a team to do what? Bring more life into this world. Spread love. What is love? Love is movement. We need to get things going. A lot of people are stagnant, zombie-minded. After, you know how zombies are after brains, after your light. Your light is over here. It makes so much sense. They're after your brains. Why? Because they want to kill you and get bigger. It's the only thing that can power them. And that's why you're so attractive. So, I know I went off real quick, but home and friendship. Take it for how it resonates for you, because everything for me now is information. This is the symbol of the morning star, and it's also the symbol of home. So, you're being guided to come back home to who you truly are. This drawing this card can signal a change in your physical home or sense of where you belong. Pulling this card also symbolizes whatever or wherever your current situation, you can trust that this moment is in alignment with your higher self. Now, the trust, lucky. It's simple. Trust what God has put in your steps to get past those things, and trust that doing those things is going to bring you what you're praying for. It's steps to it. You must be prepared for it. So, friendship. A new ally, positive support, community, and camaraderie. Meditate when you want more harmony and peace in your community. Also used to draw new alliances and friends. Now, there's connections, there's relationships, then there's friendships. Friendships is the highest form of unity. Relationships come second. Friendships come third. This is why a lot of your friends, people you put in your friend zone, are perfect mates for you, because they are connected to your soul on a very high vibrational level. Amen. All right. So let's move on. Relief and karmic path. The end of suffering or hard times. A much needed relief or a break in the energy. Miracles, rescue, and reprieve. Meditate on this symbol when all seems too much. Feel it blast out the negative as you call in strength to your heart. Strength in this deck, in this board right here, talks about manifestation, because I put it right here. Is the strength of the mind, not the body. It's not so much the body. The as above body is the body that holds your manifestations within your all mind. The below body is the one that you build up, right? I hope this is making sense, because we have to see it for where it is in our lives so we can judge it accordingly. We got everything mixed up. Everything is like inverted. So, karmic path. Of course, this is Saturn. A karmic lesson, learning experience, hard work, perseverance, and structure. A new valuable lesson is available to you at this time. This moment requires your due diligence. Pay attention to what is being presented to you. Okay. Karmic lesson, karmic path. I literally mentioned it before. There's not much else. You are not being punished by gaining tools. That's what it said. And experience. Okay. That knowledge is power. No. Knowledge is experience points. I mentioned this before. This is gonna be. I'm gonna have a lot of sayings, and when you start hearing it around the world, just know that God is blessing me with these little chips that they say. So it's cool. I want you to spread the word, because it's not about me. It's not about me. Share it with your favorite reader, because it's not about me. I want them to be sitting here, because when I bring that app out, this is going to be an app. When I bring the app out, this is a board now, but it's going to be a kingdom. God told me I was king. So therefore, anybody who dwells here, my following, anybody who admires this, I'm going to protect you. Because as you understand this, there's going to be more attacks, because you're becoming stronger. You're becoming stronger. You're saying, oh, this is what this means, and this is what this means. I never thought about it this way. I never saw it this way. Because I am about perspective. Perspective is key. And God has the highest perspective. So, in the place of transcendence, we have power. You are powerful. You are worthy. You are sovereign. It's time to remember your worth. Drawing this card invites you to take your place in the starring role of your life. There's no need to play small here. You are being granted permission to display your strengths for all to see at this time. It does no service for you to hide your gifts. Drawing this card can also indicate that it is time for you to call your power back from any situation where may have been taken or given away. See, the giving away part is the thing, because the tricks. I don't even think I finished what I wanted to say before. You have to trick yourself to doing the right thing too, because the devil tricked you into doing the wrong thing and to gaining these bad habits. So you have to work the same way. Oh, it's just salad. Oh, it's just a book. It's just a paragraph. It's not very much. Oh, it's just a sentence. I'm just writing this down right now. And your mind is like, hold up. Don't be doing too much, because I'm safe where I am. You know, safe. It has no growth. You're at peace. And that's the crazy thing about peace. Is peace filled with growth? No. Peace is stillness. In my opinion, it's stillness. There's no growth. Growth has trial and transgression. And this is why we just want peace. Let's bring the world to some peace. Let's start this over. That's how we feel. Like, yeah. So that was transcendence. This is how you ascend. This is how you evolve. Trust and luck. As you believe and know God is here for you, things will begin to move in your life because you trust him, and God honors you for that. You can't see nothing, nowhere, and nobody, but you know that it's protecting you. The nothing that you can't even fathom is helping you. Because you believe God is everything, he wants to give you everything. You just gotta be prepared for it. Once you're prepared for it, it's like it's gonna slap you in the face, the money. Crazy. So trust. Step into the unknown. All may not be revealed at this time. Trust in unseen forces. Meditate on this to let go of all attachments, all possibilities. Free yourself from your dharma and increase your trust in your gods and the universe. So the universe is inside of you, right? So what does that mean? Trust your body. If you're feeling that you need to take outside measures to heal something within, then that's not the method to go. But your body is a reflection of what your soul and your spirit is saying. You know what I mean? And your mind doesn't do better in this situation. So your body is reflecting that. Your body is a place of retention. Your body is the end of the stuff that happens, is the one that's going to be affected by everything regardless. So you have to understand your body is called epigenetic memory. And think 14 ancestors up, 14 levels of ancestors, 15 plus. You have their memory and their knowledge of everything that their body went through. So you can understand as a people, whoever you are, but as black people, we have that pain, that trauma in us, but we also have their gifts. So unlocking it, unblocking these channels will allow that stream to come in bigger. So you can understand that. So lucky. You got the Midas touch. Everything turns to gold at this time. Enjoy this winning streak that you're on. Meditate on this when you need an extra boost of being in the right place at the right time kind of energy. Now, it's going to seem like it's unfair even to you, but never feel like it's unfair. But when you feel it's unfair, as I said before, people speak in the ether. Somebody is saying that this is unfair to you, even though you know it's divinely for you, and you're like finally. But why am I feeling this sense of I made it and they didn't? No, that's just what happens when you let go of that attachment. That's an attachment. That's something that's trying to hold you down, saying that you don't deserve this. No, you do. Don't believe that. And that was the reading. So we went through a lot, but I appreciate you for being here. I know that this is quite tricky, but basically, when I get to the app version of this, everything that I need to explain, I won't need to explain. You'll visually see everything that I'm trying to say. And it'll be a relief to me once I can get, like, I explain everything all the time to the best of my ability, because I want you to understand where I am with it so you can join me. This is a place within my mind, and I'm inviting you there to read these cards, these energies that put down on this platform that I created. So it's like we just went through a whole MTV quiz of the mind, from the chakra, from the crown to the root. But all in all, I appreciate you. So if you like this content, leave it I would like to know what you thought. I would like to know what was happening in your mind. I would like to know the perspective that you have now. So yeah, moving on from there, I would like you to share it with your favorite reader and the community that you have, because this is going to be a framework for the castle that I'm creating, right? If you want to see it, if it inspires you, if you say, oh, that sounds cool, support me, and I will definitely support you. God made me. God told me. I said this is a castle, but I'm an armory. So I make weapons. I give you new perspective. I give you ideas. I want to empower you to the best of my ability so you can make changes in this world. I can't do it all alone. And it's not me fighting the whole world by myself. This is a war between the principalities and all this other stuff And I'm one person. Imagine if there were thousands, millions doing this, but there are already. But with the app, you'll see how exactly. So with all that said and done, I appreciate you. Love you to death. I'm KyFy. Peace.